All right, so we got a patch today in Madden 25. We're going to break down each and every one of these little notes as a small patch, but it was a big quality of life one. So, first and foremost, address the issue with smart routed custom stems resulted in a speed boost off the line of scrimmage at the snap. So, let's see if that's real or if that is myth right here. We're in practice mode, and dude, they tried patching this, but these nerds found ways around the patch, what is it, a week ago, and the same thing in college football. Very annoying. Now, what we're going to do here, we should be able to get this corner route into a speed burst. That's what that route glitch was. Let's try to get him. Let's stem him down one. And let's see. We can no longer smart route him in the bottom right. Just can't smart route him. Okay. Whereas if we have, let's say, an in route, notice at the bottom right, we have the smart route where we can do this. Can't do that with him. So really good patch. That thing was OP as heck. And really, really frustrating to play against. I actually think like it made the game very unenjoyable, especially in a game that's already super offensive heavy. It was just not good for the game. Number 2, tuning to decrease the effectiveness of a specific QB rollout speed boost exploit. Let's test it. So this glitch was done inside the spread playbook and from the formation gun tackle over. What people would do is that they choose to play sprint out smash and then immediately roll to the right side. Now all of these plays that have the word like sprint or rollout or something like that all have a natural built-in rollout into them. And I like literally that's just a play design. What people would do though is immediately they just sprint the other way. Now, immediately, this looks like it's still decent. Now, it's not as fast. Before you literally get like a speed burst, this doesn't seem like you're getting a speed burst, but it does seems like it can do a good job against zone. And now, I mean, we're on all Madden, by the way. Lamar Jackson's able to get out. Let's try it one more time really fast, see if it's fluke just against the CPU. Okay, so against CPU, this is still pretty good. I'm curious, though, how this does against... Let's do a basic cover 3, but I want to contain. Okay, so we're going to double tap RB. So now we have contains. This is where, like, it would still get open or it'd still work. And, yeah, so that's going to get bagged right there. Let's see if that's consistent. What if I double team that contain? Let's try that. Ugh, right here we can't. Let's just try it here. Bang, contain just immediately makes contact with me. I'm curious, though, if that contain is a end. Yeah, so let's double team him. So... that is a little workaround for it. Mind you, now a spy will play this as well, it looks like. And then another way you could play it as, like, 2 is if you put, like, a hard flat or something towards the side they want to roll out to. And then, like, clicked onto that player. Right, like, send him or click on. Then you have the chance to. Right there, I'm with 2 controllers, a little bit harder to do it. I'm curious, is there a way to speed burst this to the left side? No. Only other thing I want to see, is there a world where running this with the sprint out to the right and then rolling out to the right works? Because the glitch was to roll out the other way. And no, even that's not very fast. Like, that'd get bagged by a contain too, I assume. Let me test it. And that's where you just have to try things, dude. Like, some of these, like, when it comes to glitches, and the same thing with, like, different blitzes too, actually. Like, it's so, like, so many little things. Right here, roll out into the contain. Yeah, so they patched that. That was a very annoying thing that should not have been in the game. I'm very, very pleased to see that's gone. I will say, though, if it is a stock pass rush, or like it's against CPU or something, you will be able to roll out still against this. But in online play, we have an easy counter, which is simply just containing, which is all you want in Madden, right? We just want counters to what's good. Next up, we got addressed an issue preventing the curl flat zone depth adjustment from working properly when set at less than 15 yards. This was a huge, like massive issue. So let's see if they're right. So there's a few different ways we're going to test this. I'm going to put my curl flats to 5 right here. I'm just going to call a basic cover 3 sky, which has curl flats. Now, the issue that was happening before is that the curl flats just wouldn't defend 5 yards. They defend, if he was set at 5, he'd go back to 20 or something. So what we want to see, very, very simple first test, is let's see Mark Andrews to the flat. Did it, great job. Great job, great job, great job. Let's see it with like a route combo with the drag going back in, and let's like put a... So we have the only thing going to the right is this flat route. And the reason you want to test it with different route combinations is that zones, especially zones that are a little buggy like curl flats are, can all react significantly different. Let's go to a pure flood concept now to the right. Let's see. That's good behavior. And what you'll see here is with different route combos, or at least in the past, right here we're not seeing it, which is good, that they could behave slightly different. Let's go something like this. Very basic. Okay. Cool. Seems like short side for the most part. For the most part, it's good. Let's do a little test, though, with this in route coming back across. So he's the only guy attacking the right. Before, this guy would outflank the curl flat really easily. And he actually does, but it's just so close to the sideline. So I'm curious what this looks like. If we go to the wide side now, this is stuff that you have to test, like wide side, short side. Let's go here. No. No, I mean, that's obviously not a throw. Okay, cool. So we have that. Now let's just go straight ISO. Let's go ISO wide receiver and put him on an out route. We have a curl flat to the left here. He just shuffles out. You can't really, I don't think you can be upset by that. He doesn't get out as fast as like a hard flat would, right? If we go hard flat to the left, do the same thing. Hard flat's gonna get down. I mean, even, yeah, that's alignment wise, you just can't get there. So that's honestly, in my opinion, fine. I'm curious what he does against this route combo because we have a curl on the left and then we also have a flat. Let's see. So right there, that's kind of a big like thing to keep in mind logic wise is look what he did. He's going to give up the flat to suck in a little bit to the curl, it appears, so you can actually throw that outside of him. Now, he doesn't play it bad by any means, but it is something I think that's worth noting. Whereas if we had this guy on a streak, right, does he play this flat route a little bit better? He does. Notice how he never loses outside leverage really there. Whereas when there was a curl, he did. What if we do this? Bang. Does a great job. Yeah, so when there's a curl, he will prioritize that curl route a little bit. So that makes me question, what if it was like this? That curl route came from inside. 5-yard curl flat. What's he do? He does what I want him to do. That is what I want. That's fine. They gained 5 yards. Or what do we gain? We got to the 30. We're starting at the 30, right? So actually, that's like very fine. Yeah, there's no issue with that. Even that right there, no issue. Just little logic things you have to test. And right there, that's pretty good. I'm just curious. Last thing is to the wide side of the field, how this curl flat does on the right. Basic flood concept. Defended the hell out of it. Love to see that. That's great. Yeah, I mean, that's nice ag. That's really, really good. Like, you can't complain about that at all. That seems like they've done a really good job with getting curl flats to play at least at 5 yards. Now, realistically, you'd have to test this at 0. I never run 0-yard curl flats. Or at 10 as well. But 5-yard curl flats are the most called ones. And doing a pretty good job. One final test is against verticals. Just curious what he does. And, yeah, that made sense. Cool. Address an issue causing outside deep third defenders to get out of position when covering corner routes or giving up too much cushion versus corner routes. Now, I've played this patch today. I know that this is not 100% true. So that specifically referenced outside thirds against corner routes. And right here, we're going to have an outside third against a corner route. And we're going to throw this corner route to be wide open. See? Bang, passing him down. Be able to come back and make the catch. Now, you could get an even better catch because think about this. With custom stems in this game, we could make this corner route run lower. So now let's do everything the same. Let's watch this. Now he's super open, right? First time he was, you might have been saying in your head, yeah. Now he's super open. These deep zones just don't defend, they're good for nothing almost. They defend streaks. That's all they do. And I would love to see it. In previous years, is how it's always been. This outside third on the right here, this guy, Jamel Dean. If he's an outside third and there's no clear out route, he's going to play the corner route. This is always the basic idea behind it, right? For this to be open, I need a clear out route. This year, that is not the case. And it seems like the little fix they made did not do anything, as far as I know. Like right here, this is when the corner route should be open, right? There's a streak. Deep third has to run back the streak. Makes perfect sense. Right here, though, the corner route should not be open. The third should be getting down on him. Right? He should be getting down on him. He just should be, and he's not. And that's really the big issue. A lot of deep zones, I don't know if I've seen it. Like, deep zones aren't bad in the way where it's like, man, I feel like it's just easy one-play touchdown if easy one-play touchdown. Like, don't be wrong. You can bomb deep zones. Instead, they're bad. They're bad in a way where they just, like, I mean, they don't play anything. Like, they literally just don't do anything. Except for streaks. You can throw post routes on them easily. Like, I mean, right there's an example of me crossing the face of middle third. Let's see if I can get another example right here. This actually isn't a good example, but I mean, there's me throwing that. Like, the outside third didn't play anything. And again, like, there's a fine line with zones doing too much or too little. But, like, I mean, right here, like, he's not even making that a throw. You know what I mean? Like, the outside third's not doing anything right there. He's not even, It's rough. It can be very, very rough. But yeah, the corner route thing is really my biggest issue right now with the game. Because if that's open, that, like, good luck playing defense anywhere, right? Just good luck. So that one, unfortunately, not true. Last one here is addressed an issue in squads causing the quarterback control to switch to a teammate at the snap. This was a squads bug. If you play squads, you probably know about this. I don't, but I've talked to people and seen people who play squads say this is fixed. So W fixed. Overall, I love that they patched this. I love the communication too. Thank you. They didn't do a grinder notes for this, but they still did something, which I appreciate. And this is a great quality of life patch, I think. Just have to fix this. Like the deep thirds, I mean, what I just showed in the video is like really bad in my opinion. I think that's incredibly, incredibly, incredibly bad. And it makes that's like the one of the biggest reasons why defense is so hard this year and why everyone says it's so hard. That right there that I showed you. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit that subscribe button. It's totally free. If you want to get better at Madden Football, check out the link in the top description. Join my website, civil.gg. 96%, or just over actually, 96% of people who join say they've won more games since joining. What we do here works. You can use code NEWMEMBER30, get 30% off your first membership.